What's up? How y'all doing? Happy Friday. Welcome back to Faith Fridays. I pray your week has been going well. So today we're going to talk about letting the Lord fight your battles. Some battles aren't ours to fight. God gives us strength, but he also gives us discernment to know when and when not to fight. Some battles we got to leave to God. Some battles we got to put into God's hands. Let's go to the story of Moses. Let's talk about Moses a little bit. If you didn't know, Moses was pretty much adopted by the Egyptians, raised by them, but he was an Israelite, right? So one day, Moses saw an Egyptian beating an Israelite, and he got mad about it, so he took matters in his own hands. So what did he do? He killed the Egyptian, and he thought he had got away with it, but somebody saw him, and then the word got to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh went after Moses. He was trying to kill Moses, so Moses had to flee, right? And that, I personally feel like that was one of the times where Moses acted in the moment. He saw this and he was upset. Of course you'll be upset. You see somebody getting beat up and stuff. He acted in the moment before consulting God. He acted in the moment before he talked to God. He didn't pray about what he should do. He just acted. He responded. And oftentimes I feel like we do that too. We could be in a situation and we try to take matters into our own hands. We try to figure it out. We try to fight it out. We try to be strong and brave and all those things, which is cool because some situations you do have to be that. But other times you have to be able to discern when God is going to fight you, when God is supposed to fight your battles, or when you're supposed to fight your battles. So fast forward to after this, he's out about 40 years. God comes to him again, right? And God has an assignment for Moses at this time. God's telling him he needs him to go back to Egypt, go back to the land where he killed somebody, where he knows somebody was out to kill him, where he knows they might not be excited to see him, but God's telling him that he needs to go back to Egypt, right? He needs to go back to that land. Moses feels unqualified, right? Moses gives God all these reasons of why he's not the one, why he shouldn't do that. Like one of the things, Moses was like, I don't talk. My words, I get to stumble sometimes. They might not come out the best. But you know what? God said, I just want you to go and I'll speak for you. And that's just a reminder of how God can fight our battles. God just needed Moses to go to Pharaoh. He provided everything that he needed. God fought that battle for him. God sent Moses there. He gave him the words to say. He brought other people with him that could speak for him. He gave him the staff and he turned it into a snake, parted the Red Sea. All of these things, God sent him on a mission. God gave him that vision, but guess what? God also provided provision for him. And I'm just here to let you know, every battle that you face, it ain't meant for you to fight. Some of them you got to give to the God, because when God gives you that vision, he is going to provide the provision for you. When God nudges you to move, you move. He doesn't command us to be fearful. He wants us to be courageous, brave, and strong. In some situations, being strong, being brave, being courageous is allowing God to fight for us. We do not have to fight every battle. God has already done that. What I'm saying is you have to listen to what he's saying. Discern his voice. Don't be so quick to move without listening. Let's talk about Sarah and Abraham, right? Sarah and Abraham, if you're a little familiar with the story, they were older. God had made Abraham a promise and told him that he would be a father of many nations, right? But they decided to fight their own battle, right? Because what was going on was Sarah and Abraham had not conceived a child at this moment, right? Even though God had already spoken over their life, it hadn't come to pass yet, right? So they decided to, I guess like you would say, roll up the sleeves and throw the hands and take matters into their own hands. And when they did this, they fought a battle that they shouldn't have been fighting. Sarah convinced Abraham to go sleep with their slave Hagar. Long story short, Hagar became pregnant, and guess what? They received what they wanted, but they didn't get what they wanted. One more time. They received what they wanted, but they didn't get what they wanted. Let that sink in. They wanted a child. They received the child, but in reality, it wasn't what they wanted. When Ishmael was born, it didn't bring the happiness that they thought it was going to bring. It brought more. It brought chaos. And I just want you to know that battle, in my opinion, they shouldn't have been fighting. God had already figured it out. God had already went and fought it. It was going to happen on God's time, but because they were impatient and decided to fight themselves, they caused more drama. Did God promise? Did God keep his promise? Yes. Did Sarah conceive a child? Yes. But it was on God's time, not on the time that they thought. And if they wouldn't have fought that battle, they wouldn't have did all that and tried to fight themselves, story might have changed a little different. They might not have to go through the pain of what they went through. But because they acted on their own, they fought the battle for themselves, it caused ruckus. So that's why it's important to discern when is your battle to fight and when is God's battle to fight. When is your time to roll up the sleeves, take that leap of faith and do what he's telling you to do, and when is your time to just be patient and listen and let him handle it. No, whatever battle you have to fight, if it's a fight where you actually have to take a step and do something about it, if it's a fight where you have to pause and let God handle it, whatever fight you are dealing with, God has already given you the armor you need. God is going to protect you. If it's a season of being still and listening and let him handling it, he's going to do it. If it's a season where you need to activate your faith and take that step, he's going to protect you in that too. So all I'm saying is, whatever season you in, wherever you are in life, if it's your time to fight, you fight. If it's your time to listen and let God fight for you, you let him fight you. Because no matter where you are, you will get through it. God's going to be with you. And God's armor is going to continue to protect you. So, you got it. So, as always, I pray that you continue to have a blessed week. I pray that you continue to believe in yourself. I pray that you overcome any obstacles that you face. You watch God manifest those dreams before your eyes, and you become who God has called you to be. Because he's called you to be something great. You just got to listen.